Hey y'all guys, welcome to the Tab and Dillard podcast. I'm so glad you joined me today. I'm Tab and Dillard. And like I said, this is the Tab and Dillard podcast. It's season 7, episode 4, 7-4. Today, the day this podcast come out, 7-4, 4th of July. It's the 4th of July. It is the independence of the United States of America, the day we celebrate the independence of the United States of America, which is where I live. And I know some folks live other countries, and wherever you hanging out today, welcome. We have a lot of 4th of July stuff to do today because we got town parade, we got fireworks to talk about. The way it goes is parade mid-morning, not too early, but mid-morning it start, and then the fireworks in the evening. Once the sun goes down, that's when the fireworks start, like that away. Well, a lot going on this week, you know, like I got, well, today I'm wearing my shirt that's got a piece of bacon and cut-off jean shorts, catching a Frisbee, holding a sparkler, says freedom on it. I mean, that's good for year-round, but I'm wearing it on the 4th of July. I mean, I think it really worked today, but there's going to be a link in my show notes today, this show, for my shirts, hats. We got the new Rachel Christine shirt that just dropped on Saturday. Rachel Christine! So that came out on July the 1st. It's, you know, me, most favorite baby doll. Let's be honest. I know that. You know that. Also got the bag of bacon. Nobody throwed out bacon bags at our town parade. You know, the thing about it is, if you throw out like individual, like just an individual piece of bacon, that ain't so good, because the way that works is that if somebody ain't a good catcher, they drop that on the ground. And I know you want to eat bacon off the ground because it's that good. I get that. But there's places on the parade route where something fall and you don't ever want to even pick it up again, kind of thing. But they weren't throwing out bacon at the parade. But there's a lot getting thrown out. There's a lot getting thrown out. Mostly stuff that's wrapped, you know, kind of thing. I had some Twinkies get out there, some cinnamon discs, other candies. I'll get all into that in a little bit. But show notes today, you'll see the bacon bag there, and then you'll see the video greetings, the personal video greetings. Well, what are them, Tabbin? Well, they greetings that are personal. They from me to, you know, who I did a bunch of them for Mama's Day. I did a bunch of them for the Dad's Day, Father's Day that just happened in June. And now do, you know, birthdays, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, getting that for somebody, you can click the link down there. You'll see it in the show notes today for the personal greetings. And then, of course, if you want to get in touch with me, 501-322-6249. I hear a lot from folks that listen to the podcast. I guess because this is where I mostly talk about the phone number. I don't talk about a lot in my social media videos. So my podcast pals text me more often, you know, than other folks. And I appreciate hearing from y'all. And then my email, you know, if you got business inquiries, y'all probably know I got a show coming up the end of this month, July 22nd, 8:30 p.m., Newkirk, Oklahoma, at the K County Amphitheater. It's a free show. I mean, the amphitheater's in the middle of town. So, I mean, you just driving through, at least honk when you drive by. But I'll be out there on that stage, and that's the only show I got lined up this summer. So if you're remotely near Newkirk, Oklahoma, come on with it. But my email's down there. If you got business inquiries, now a lot of folks say, come to my city, come to my town, come to my village, come to my backyard, and that's all good. I love to see all y'all, but it's like, how we going to do that? If you got the details, like you got a venue to get me out somewhere, then holler at me. You know, we can work it out, tabandillard@gmail.com. But right now, that's going to be like the show notes today. But happy 4th of July. We celebrating the independence of our country. Got a lot of freedoms to be thankful for. And that's really what I see this day. I mean, you thankful. You get out at the parade route and you see folks you like, and maybe folks you almost trying to like, but you realize there's a lot to be thankful for. And you just be glad about it. Now, down at the parade route, I got there a little early today. And you know, I ain't got to tell you, the Tab's Lawn Care Services. Mowing, edging, grass cutting, ledging. That's what I do. But I didn't have no float in the parade or nothing like that this year. But Russell Tucker, you know, he basically like the coach of our softball team, which, by the way, we didn't have no game this week because of the holiday, the 4th of July. But I'll have an update, you know, next week on what's going on with the softball team, Team Burger Shed. But Russell, he basically like our coach, like I said, and he just get in charge of stuff, and he was helping organize the parade. I told him I'd come a little early, you know, to help him. So I wasn't afloat, I wasn't in the parade, nothing like that. I was just there to help people know where to stand, not to stand, don't get run over by a float going 2 miles an hour, be careful kind of thing. So I got down there early, and Delma Spencer was already down there, and she can be all kind of trouble, and she got 7, 8 kids, I don't know how many, but enough down there. And she had them bring, a couple of them brought pillowcases. One of them was in a mask. I was like, what'd you do, Delma? Tell them it was Halloween. She goes, I said, there's going to be some giveaways down here and come ready. That's what I told them, Tabin. And so they all had bags. A couple of them had like them pillowcases though, like they was going to steady trick or treat. Like whatever's getting given away or thrown at this parade, boys going home with Delma Spencer's kids, and basically Delma Spencer's kids only. That's what it felt like. So they's down there just kind of steady pacing the parade route, just looking around, head on a swivel, nothing to see yet. I mean, they super early, but I was down there helping Russell, you know, get organized on how things are going to go and the order of the floats, and they was getting all that done. And then Millie Ricks show up. Now, you know Millie Ricks, and if you don't, I'll tell you about her. She 80, 90 years old. She can't hear too well. She can't see too well, but she ornery. She basically a little prankster. She like what Dewey Morton is to the nursing home. He always pulling pranks down there. Well, that's what she is to the whole town. I mean, Millie Ricks got ideas. She caught a skunk, thought it was a cat, wanted to give it a bath. I had to like hostage negotiate to get her to put that thing down. So she brought a super soaker, you know, to the parade route. And you thinking, well, Tabin, that's a wonderful thing. A hot summer day, cooling people off, ain't that nice of her? Well, I don't know about that. Like, I've seen this super soaker before when I'm mowing lawns. And now you think, well, Tabin, that's nice of her. You out there mowing her lawn. It's so hot. Boy, it'd be cooled off with some nice water from a super soaker. Well, you would think so. But she had sweet tea in her super soaker. So don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of the sweet tea, and she make it thick, like she steady pour on that sugar. And it's a good sweet tea when you got it in a glass over ice. But you got lukewarm sweet tea coming out of a super soaker on a hot day when you mowing the lawn and you out there getting sprayed with it? No, thank you. Boy, Millie thought that's the funniest thing ever. I'm attracting waspers and dirt daubers and bees and everything, and that ain't what I want. So you can imagine when I see Millie Ricks approach the parade route dressed like a little patriot. She had on red, white, and blue cowboy boots with tassels on them. She had a red, white, and blue dress on that just stopped right above the top of them boots. She had on a red, white, and blue vest, and then she had on a cowboy hat, red, white, and blue. And she's holding a super soaker. Well, I see her go to pump that thing, and you know how you can see like the container, the super soaker, like what's in there? Kind of thing. What's she got in that super soaker? Well, it was something. It wasn't empty. I put it to you like that. Was it water? I don't know. Was it Gatorade? Not sure. Was it sweet tea? Could have been. It's been that before. But I tell you right now, all I seen was her go to steady do that pump action, because that's how them super soakers work. You got to pump them things to get the spray out. Well, it jammed on her. Millie Ricks super soaker jammed on the parade route before things started, and I was thinking, boy, I already had a lot of things to be thankful for, but let's put that on the list. So now all of a sudden, Millie kind of gave up on it. She ain't like no specialist. She ain't like no technician when it comes to super soaker repair. So she just decided she got to talk to people. I mean, and ain't that what it's all about? You know, you out on the parade route, seeing your friends and family and town folk and mild acquaintances celebrating the independence of your country, seeing what you're thankful for and saying, hey, let me just take time to look you in the eye and talk to you a little bit. So Millie had to do that, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't. Now, I told you the fireworks show is going to be out at Fishing Clips. That's Rance Barnhart's bait and tackle shop out there. They named it that this year. Actually, he let me name it because he served good fish and chips out there, but then he also give haircuts on the patio where, you know, with them clippers. So it's Fish and Clips out there on the patio, but that's where it's going to be tonight. That's where the party going to be. When the sun go down, that's where the fireworks going to be. Well, Delma get down there and she goes, my kids want to be a part of the fireworks show. And I was like, I don't know if your kids, some of them ain't old enough to be playing with fire, Delma, and truth be told, she wasn't going to get out there that fireworks show. She ain't got a car, and if she did have a car, she wouldn't have one big enough to tote all them kids in. So she's just hoping they maybe get a sparkler at the parade mid-morning. You know, that's about best Delma could hope for, because that big fireworks show out on the lake, I mean, you got to get a ride out there and then you got to get a ride home, and she didn't have none of that. So this was going to be their big party, basically, is, you know, this 4th of July parade. So she down there, and Donnie Wayne Chambliss, you know, he got that repair shed 100 yards from the bait and tackle from Fishing Clips out there on the lake, and he repair boat motors, and he repair lawn mowers, and he repair, you know, ATVs, small engines. He can work on car repair, but he just didn't make a livelihood out of car and truck repair only. He, you know, he do them little motors. Well, he got the first float in the parade today. It's a aluminum bass boat with wheels on it, and then he put his number for the repair shed on the side. You know, businessman. So when that thing's chugging down there at 2 miles an hour, people can write down, you know, on an index card or something, or scribble it on their hand so they can put it in their phone book when they get home, like a Donnie Wayne's repair shed. When I need something repaired, he out there kind of thing. So he kicked off a parade, you know, and he got them cinnamon discs. You know, from Grandpa's pocket. You know how your grandpa got butterscotch discs, cinnamon discs, some lint, and a nickel? Well, them cinnamon discs, Donnie Wayne was winging them out. And Delma Spencer's kids were on those like squirrels on a hot fry. I mean, they were snatching up them things, putting them in the pillowcases. That one with the little masks throwed that mask off because it couldn't see out of it very well. And you ain't got to dress up for the parade anyhow. I don't know where that kiddo got that idea, but anyhow, the parade has begun. Put it to you like that. Now I'm telling you, like I said, I ain't got a float in the parade. I'm just Tapman's Lawn Care Services, mowing edge and grass cutting legend, but I wasn't there to hobnob, glad hand, or, you know, rub elbows with folks to try to drum up business. I was just there to celebrate 4th of July and see the town folk and all that. So I'm watching Donnie Wayne wing out them cinnamon discs. You know, he was on our softball team last season, not this current season that we in, and we doing pretty good this season. I mean, we ain't even halfway through the season, but we won more than we lost. But he's winging out the cinnamon disc. I'm like, boy, you still got it if you ever wanted to play Donnie Wayne. But I mean, too late for this season. He can't sign up now. But he's out there doing that. And then right on the edge of Main Street, you know, Rickard's grocery store's on Main Street, and at the edge of their parking lot, they set up the snow cone stand. Now, you know my favorite flavor of the snow cone, other than free, is tangerine. And I wanted to get a tangerine, but 4th of July, I got red, white, and blue flavor. It's good. Tastes like Freedom. And I got them out there. I didn't eat it too fast. Didn't get no brain freeze, nothing like that. And so they had that. So I mean, a good way to kick off the day and the parade. I'm out there. And then I look, you know, I turn. I got that snow cone in my hand. And I turn and look behind Donnie Wayne's bass boat float. And there's Doreen Fundle. Now, you know she a resident at the nursing home. But she got out. Her son Trot, he got a riding lawnmower. She on the riding lawnmower. She got a pole on the back with American flag up high, and she's steady chugging along 2 miles an hour. She got a helmet on. It ain't a watermelon helmet. It's just a regular helmet. It was blue, and it had stars on it, kind of Evel Knievel, I guess, strapped under her little chin. And she chugging along. And now, the thing about Doreen, she wasn't like promoting no business like Donnie Wayne was, and wasn't no organization. She wasn't even representing the nursing home. I guess she just wanted to be in the parade, and you get old enough and you ask that, they just let you. So there's Doreen Fundle chugging along, Evel Knievel down the parade route on her son Trot's riding lawnmower, and Trot's just kind of walking next to her. She didn't have nothing to throw out or anything, but she put her hands on the little, you know, the steering gear there. But then she'll hold on with one hand and wave with the other, and then she'll hold on and wave with the other. Like she wasn't showing favorites to one side or the other of the road. She waved to either side, letting folks know, hey, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. What are you thankful for? You can't be all cynical if you're being thankful. You know, that's what they say. And on a day like today, you just start counting your blessings. I got this to be thankful for. I got this to be glad about. And Doreen was glad they let her on a riding lawnmower there in the middle of Main Street on the parade route so she could wave at people. She's having a good time. Then the Baptist choir came down. Boy, they know how to harmonize. I'll tell you that right now. Singing them patriotic songs like that away, that's a beautiful thing. I'm a tenor myself. But like I said, I wasn't in no group singing. I was just on the sides making sure everything was going okay. But they came by singing them songs. God Bless America, everybody belting it out. It's a wonderful thing. They had things to throw, but it was the wrap stuff. That was the Twinkies, you know, and them kind of things. Them snowballs that are already in a wrapper. That way, if you ain't got good hands and you drop it, you ain't trying to fish it out of a dirt pile or gravel or mud or nothing like that away. And then you can pick it up and you're still good to go. You got your snack. And so that was happening during the parade route too. So we got, if you will, imagine in your mind's eye, we got Donnie Wayne Chambliss down there, and then we got, you know, if you want to get a snow cone, it's not like that's part of a float. It's just at the stand at Rickard's grocery store. Then you got Doreen Fundle behind her. The Baptist choir, they're pulled on like a flatbed trailer. You know, when you get enough people out there, you ain't going to fit just on a riding lawnmower with a little trailer back there. You got to get the real deal out there. So that's how that is. Then we had the junior cheer team come out, and you know Cheryl Grubbs coaches them. You know that. And Maisley, that's her little daughter and a unitard. She part of the junior cheer team. And Candy Dilroy. Now, you remember last week, they did a little warm-up at the softball games before our game. Well, Candy tried to do more, and she bit off more so she could chew, put it to you that way, because she tried to do a cartwheel. She wasn't supposed to do a cartwheel. She wasn't trained in cartwheelery, nothing like that. And she hit the mound so hard she throwed up. Delay a game. Right? We couldn't start our game on time when we got a little girl throwed up on the mound. She okay. It just jarred her, hit her so quick. Well, she got on the parade route today. Catch a feral cat. And she good at catching wild animals. She caught an adult crow before, all kind of things. I don't know how she do it. It's a gift, I guess. She caught a feral cat, and and it didn't take her long. She quickly named that thing Jasper, and that was Candy's day. Like, she didn't do no junior cheer stuff. She was with them, but she wasn't doing her little spins or her little waves, really, or twirls. I take that back. She did wave. She somehow got a top hat, a red, white, and blue top hat on the top of this feral cat, had a little elastic underneath. I don't know if she got it off the top of a cupcake or something. Like, it's a little hat, but it fit pretty well. It's a goodly size for a little cat, little feral cat. And she holding that thing and waving, and I don't know if that cat was scared or happy, but it wasn't about to try to get away. I mean, this froze. It was just like bank, bank, like I'm on a parade route and I got a hat on my head and we celebrating the 4th of July together kind of thing. So Candy was doing that. Maisley was out there. She's doing the cartwheeling and all that. And of course, Shane and Cheryl Grubbs, they own Donut Goes, which is a donut store in town. And Shane they brought donuts. Well, Cheryl couldn't just hand them out because she was like coaching them junior cheer girls, like, now cartwheel, now do this, now do that, whatever you do. I don't know. I wasn't there to train them or learn how to train them. But they handing out. Anyhow, Shane's out there in the parade route handing out donuts. Now, he ain't throwing them because you know how that go. If you got an unwrapped thing and you throw it. Now, I'm saying not everybody in our town know how to catch. We ain't all on Team Burger Shed kind of thing. So, red, white, and blue donuts. I had one. Strength for my haunches. You know, I mean, you want to talk about patriotic. And that's good. I mean, Shane and Cheryl, they know how to make the donuts. Ain't nobody arguing with that. So, we got a lot going on the parade route. And the little junior cheer team keep going. As far as I know, Jasper's happy with them now. You know, it's basically like they got a mascot, I guess. And then Hank Thistle, he coming up the parade route in his Buick LeSabre. And he basically like Doreen Fundle. Like, they just, you know, you old enough and you say, hey, can I take my LeSabre on the parade route? You know, I guess that's how the conversation went. I'm guessing. I don't know. I wasn't there for it. But that thing like a float, that LeSabre, and he just chugging along. You know, they just said, you know, go 2 miles an hour, Hank, and just wait your turn. And so he got the window rolled down. I think it's automatic windows in that. So he stick his hand out and he wave, and people wave back. He didn't bring nothing to throw, but, you know, other people's throwing candy and Twinkies. And so, I mean, it's just moving along. It's moving along, and folks is getting along good. And there's music playing out of every single car, it seemed like. But some of the music lasts for a while, like you can still hear the Baptist choir, even though they passed you. And then now here comes the Buick LeSabre, and next thing's coming up. It was just a hoot of a time. Like, there was no like two ways about that this parade was a success. Like, nobody's getting in fights. Nobody got knocked over by a float. But now our mind starts going to the fireworks. And Cody Mantell was there, and for as mean as Cody is, like, he ain't gotten too many fights this softball season, he been nicer. You know, and we chalking it up to, you know, Linda Ray. She back on hair duty down at Early Bird Gets the Perm, by the way. She been working on hairs and doing good enough to where she ain't got taked off to hair duty. But I'll tell you right now, she pregnant with their second child. They got that little girl, Daphne, and Daphne anticipated in the junior cheer, too, at the parade. But anyway, Cody been nicer. I mean, I don't know how else to put that, but Cody been nicer lately. And so he's seen Delma Spencer down there with them raggedy kiddos, you know, out there trying to fetch free candy and all that. And he goes, hey, Delma, I can get a few of your kids out to the fireworks show tonight. And them kids' eyes got wide-eyed, like, we gonna get to go to the fireworks show out at the lake, you know, kind of thing, out of Fishing Clips. Well, Bud, you know, he sponsor Team Burger Shed. He owned the Burger Shed. I cut him and his wife's lawn on the outside of town, and they let me cut their property. I mean, don't matter no how. That ain't what the part of this story's about, but I'm telling you, I do it. And Bud hear him, and, you know, he see Cody Mantell, who got a reputation for being mean, extending kindness over to Delma's kids, and he goes, hey, Delma, you know, Bud say this to her, I can take a few of them kids too. Well, Russell Tucker's nearby, and he hear all this, and he goes, Delma, I can get you and the rest of your kiddos out there, like, out of the way. So we got like 3 carloads taking Delma Spencer's kids out to the fireworks show, and we get out there at night. I'm out there, Cricket's out there, the whole town's out there. And they see the fireworks show, and as them things are exploding, exploding in the sky, and people are munching on their candy, and some people had food from the burger shed, some people had food from fish and clips, and you just lawn chairing or sitting out on a blanket or standing up or on your tailgate, you watching these fireworks fly in the air, and celebrating the 4th of July and what you're thankful for. And you look at these people, and you look over at Delma's kiddos, and boy, they so happy to be there. And for all the messes Delma might make, everybody got a choice. You got freedom. And a lot of people had the freedom to be kind or not. And Cody Mantell said, I'm going to be nice. And Russell Tucker said, me too. And so did Bud. And them kids had a good old time from what I could tell. And hey, I'll tell you one thing for sure. That was just a start. Because you get back to the trailer park, boy, we got fireworks for days. JT Whitlow was out tonight. Cricket came back to celebrate over there before she went back home. Everybody was out. Candy Dilroy, she lived in the trailer park, still had that cat, and that cat still had the top hat on. I don't know if she fed it good food, but it looks like that thing might be in a trailer park now, like we got a new animal living with us in Chancellor Park. Didn't seem to mind fireworks neither, so it probably, Chancellor Park ain't a bad place for it. But we had a good old day celebrating the 4th of July. It was a hoot of a time in town. It was a hoot of a time out on the lake. Oh, they did all kind of things out there. They had, Roman candles, them black cats. I mean, those aren't the fancy ones, but I mean, you burn them next to you, they're pretty good. We had mountain climbers, log jammers, jackhammers, Korean airliners, squirrely Susans. Squirrels hate them. And then, lightning parades. We had all them out there. It was a wonderful thing. And then we had more back in the trailer park at night. I hope you're having a good day and had a happy 4th of July. And if you're listening to this podcast after the 4th of July, I just want to say I hope you're having a great July and a great summer with your cannonballs and your watermelon helmet and your picnics and all of that kind of stuff. Just staying cool. I hope to see y'all at the end of July in Oklahoma, but don't matter no how. I plan on seeing you soon on the interweb. And hey, if you ain't showed up to the parade route with a super soaker that got jammed, you having a pretty good week. Happy 4th of July, everybody, from my trailer park to wherever you celebrating today. Me, I'm Tabin Dillard. This is the Tabin Dillard Podcast. We'll see you later.